All right, shalom, shalom. It's the brother Quashab coming back at you with another lesson. Now, before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekhakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me the truth and rule well. And peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect, as well as those that believe in the gospel. And may you endure to the end, Lord willing. Okay? And I'll let this video play a little bit. and you'll kind of get what I'm going into. I haven't thought about a particular title yet, but
Shelby County.
Right, and then this door, the enslaved person would step into it, right, and then this door here, and if you look here, there's a leather strap.
It's been hidden there now more than a century.
Slavery was a horrifying experience. It wasn't an experience of my old Kentucky home.
But hidden no more, a truly terrifying discovery.
We know 1840, 1850 when it existed on the property. The property was a plantation here in Kentucky.
What are we looking at here?
We're looking at a slave box. We're looking at a torture chamber of the 1800s when they took the slaves and put the slaves in the box. And when they put the slaves in the box, they simply opened this up, put them in. You see no chair, no knee space, and they would put them in and close the door. How diabolical is that? I mean, you could just feel the evil that's inside of that, right?
yeah. And, this is, kind of lost my train of thought, but, it's crazy, man. All right. And we know a good bit of history about, these so-called white people, all right, these Edomites done to us back in the times of hardcore slavery, right? We know a good bit of things, all right, but, some things, it just catch my attention a little more on how cruel, okay, these devils were to us, all right? Now, I'm going to come back to it, okay? Now, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 13. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh answered the angel that talked with me with good words and comfortable words. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with great jealousy." All right, and yeah, man, okay. The Lord, he chose a liking of specific people, all right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to himself, all right. He chose a particular people, a peculiar people, all right. And yes, as it's going to get ready to say in the chapter, the Lord was displeased with us, all right. He was angry with us, all right. But, hey, man, these devils went far, far, far left, all right. Far, far, far left, man, okay. Now it says, verse 15, "And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease." All right, and who are the heathen that are at ease, man? All right, these so-called white people. All right, you Edomites. All right, you Ishmaelites. Okay, all of these other heathen nations are pretty much at ease. All right, they are not. I haven't received a judgment on how the Israelites have received the judgment, man. All right. But it says, "For I was but a little displeased." You see, the Lord said he was just a little displeased, man. You see? And they helped forward the affliction. All right. And that's what these devils have done, man. They've helped forward the affliction. Okay. They've made things 10 times worse. All right. They've done things 10 times worse than what, the judgment that we were supposed to receive, man. All right. Just going about doing whatever they please to us, man. Sadaki, you know, and the Lord is not pleased with that. Okay. What's that? Zechariah 1, I believe. Right. So in NLT it says, "But I am very angry with the other nations that are now enjoying peace and security." You see, which is why this place ultimately has to be uprooted. All right, because the Lord, he's very, very angry with these nations, man. All right. So they have to see the wrath of the Lord for touching, as it says in what's that, Zechariah, the next chapter. He that toucheth you, toucheth the apple of my eye. Right. Yep. It's Zechariah 2:8. I'll start at 7. Okay, it says, "Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon." All right, which is America. All right, and Zion represents Israel, man. You know, the monument. You know, it says, verse 8, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, after the glory had he sent me unto the nations, will spoil you. For he that toucheth you, toucheth the apple of his eye." All right, we're the apple, okay, of the Most High's eye, man. Okay. So all of those nations that touched us and had dealings with us, put us on cargo slave ships, okay, ship us to the different areas, all right, during the transatlantic slave trade, well, there's a judgment, okay, that's written for that, man. All right. What was that? 8. It says, "After a period of glory, the Lord of heaven's army sent me against the nations who plundered you. For he said, anyone who harms you, my most precious possession." You see that? So what do you think? Hey, man, like when you were kids, you had your favorite toy. All right, you had your cousin try to come take your favorite toy. All right, took it from you and you get, mad or whatever. Get into a fight behind it. All right. Well, how much more do you think the Lord feels about that? Okay. Ultimately, we're touching his chosen people, man. The people that he handpicked for himself, man. You see? How much more then, It says, "For I will raise my fist to crush them, and their own slaves will plunder them. Then you will know that the Lord of heaven armies have sent me." You see? And hey, man, that's the nations, through judgment, the nations will get to know who Yahweh is, man. Because, they really think that they've done, these things on their own. All right. They don't believe that they had help from the Most High. Okay. But the Lord delivered us into their hands, man. You see? There's no way that, you have thousands and thousands of Jakes, all right, that's just being completely overpowered by 100 Edomites or whatever that may be, It's just impossible, all right? Which is why we know it was the Spirit of the Lord that led us over here, to not buck up and rebel against him. You see? But I could let this play a little bit more.
It's horrifying.
Yes.
The hinges and the design of them, even reflecting the shackles of the time. For Lamont Collins, the founder of Louisville's Roots 101 Museum, the slave box, a cruel form of punishment long before the Civil War, is exactly what he wants to expose.
It's a story that we have to understand in America, that the torture, the strength, the resilience that black people had to go through in this country is real.
I met with him shortly.
Right, and it is real, man. All right, because when you see different artifacts and different, hear about different stories like this, it kind of gets your blood boiling, because, as it said, Ecclesiastes 7:7, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, especially us being returned into this truth, all right, knowing the truth, knowing that, hey, the things that they have done to us, we'll get a chance to do to them, all right, and it's going to be double, You know? And as I always say, we gonna make our slavery look like a walk in the park compared to the things that they're gonna have to go through, right? Building up the kingdom of heaven, man. You see? Now this is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 6. It says, reward her even as she has rewarded you. Double unto her, double according to her works, in a cup which she had filled to her double. You see? And hey, man, we're going to do double unto you what you have done to us, man. All right? As it says in Jeremiah 49, all right? Because it mentioned the cup. Okay? Jeremiah 49, verse 12, it says, for thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou, okay, well, Salaki, let me break that down. Okay, it says, those whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. Okay, that's talking about us, man. Okay, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay, our judgment was not to drink of the cup, but we have assuredly drunken. Okay, the cup of slavery, man. You see? And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Question mark. And that's talking about these other nations, man. Chiefly starting with Esau, Edom. You see? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. All right, and that's a promise that the Lord is making to you. Okay? Thou shalt surely drink of it. You see? It says, for I have sworn by myself, said the Lord Yahweh, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. All right, and you know that Basra represents a chief city of the Edomites, man. You know, and the Lord said he sworn by himself. Okay, because what? The judgment, the way you treated the apple of his eye, man. All right, the things that you did to his people. Okay, it's a recompense for that. You see, it's a recompense for that, man. You're not just gonna get away, all right, and walk away from it. That's why there's a question mark. It says, art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? No, man. All right, you ain't gonna go unpunished. You see? Especially start with you elites, all right? You Gettys, you DuPonts, all right? You Rockefellers, you Rothschilds, all right? You're gonna be the first fruits of slavery, man. Right? When Yahweh Shai crack those clouds, this place be destroyed. All right, you're gonna be the first fruits because we're gonna gather you, all right, from out of your space stations, all right, your inner workings of the what they call them, the caves. Oh man, your bunkers, all right, your doomsday planes, all right, whatever it may be, man. You're gonna be the first fruits of slavery, man. All right, it ain't gonna be nowhere that you could hide. You know, because it's men that's coming back down with spiritual powers, man. Starting with Yahweh Shai. All right, so I'm gonna go back. Oh yeah, I want to grab that Psalms. All right, because ultimately you're gonna drink the dregs, man. I think it's Psalm 75. Yeah. So this is Psalms chapter 75. And that's a spirit. You know, I start at verse 6. It says, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but Yahweh is the judge. He put it down one and set it up another. You see? So, hey man, you didn't put your own self in this position. Okay, the Lord gave you this position, man. You know, ultimately through prophecy, that you would be the one ruling in the last days. Talking about you so-called white people, all right, who are the Edomites according to the Bible, you know. But hey, man, Yahweh is the judge, man. He put you put you up there, and you best believe he gonna take you down too, man. All right. Because the only one that's going to rule forever, who's on his way, all right, is coming very shortly, is Yahushua. And us under Yahushua, the nation of Israel, is going to be happily ever after that. You see? That's the point. Verse 8, it says, "For in the hand of Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red, and it is full of mixture. And he poureth out of the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them." You see? So every last drop, okay, every last bit, you gonna drink it, man. That same cup that you passed to us, okay, it's gonna be passed to you, and it's gonna be much more than you gave us to drink, man. All right? If you can get the metaphor. You see? We're going to give you 2 cups compared to the cup that you gave to us, man. You see? And this is what's coming to you other nations as well, because you all had a hand, okay, in chastising, okay, furthering the affliction of the nation of Israel, man. Okay, you've all benefited from it. You see? But let me go back to the video.
Museum, the slave box, a cruel form of punishment long before the Civil War, is exactly what he wants to expose.
It's a story that we have to understand in America, that the torture, the strength, the resilience that black people had to go through in this country is real.
I met with him shortly after its delivery from a family in Shelby County, the Descendants, who didn't want to be identified but are helping Colin.
Yeah, and you know why you ain't want to be identified, man. All right? Because you can't believe that Pawpaw, all right, Grandpa, however they say, Grandpop, whatever the fuck they say. Excuse my French. All right, was a part of that. All right, because you're ashamed, man. You see, but actually you should be glorying in that. You see, you're not in your right mind. Okay. Because hey, you had a chance, all right. We are direct descendants, which hey man, they're probably back today. All right, you talk about the 1850s or 60s. All right, and hey man, that slave owner is most likely back today. All right, because we look at 3-4 generations, which in between roughly 75 to 100 years, so about 1860. Okay, they could have came back in, 1950, 1960, and they can be back today, man, and still benefiting from slavery, all right? And that's another thing. You people be ashamed of things, but you're still benefiting from off of us, man, all right? From off the backs of us during the times of slavery, all right? Hardcore slavery, building this place up, man. You see? But go ahead, be ashamed, all right? It ain't gonna stop you from that recompense, all right? It ain't gonna stop prophecy, you see?
With its history.
The family that had it didn't feel good about the history of it, but they felt good enough to share the history, but not the humiliations of having it. But they felt fine enough to say, okay, tell the story.
Colin says he's never seen one in any of the many museums he's toured.
I hope we can grow more from it. We know they used them in Kentucky. We know they used them all throughout the South and even in the North. It was a way of punishing black people at that time.
What he's learned is this.
And the enslaved person's head was right here?
It was right here. They would either drink from it or eat if they were not punished that way.
How long would people stay in this box?
Well, it varies. You can see they could stay a day, 2 days to punishment. Some may stay a week.
A week?
A week, just like solitary confinement.
Right. So, man, you can imagine, sitting in a fucking box, all right, with your head just your head out of the box where you can eat or drink, and there's barely enough fucking space in there anyway to even sit on your knees, man. And how painful that is, you see? That's torture. Torment. All right? But there's a judgment, okay? that's written for that, man. So, let's see what else I had left. All right. This is Ezekiel chapter 3. And I'm going to start at verse 2 and jump down. It says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. All right. And Mount Seir is chiefly where you Edomites come from. All right. Which we know as today as Mount Petra. Okay. That's your homeland. That's your heritage. You see, it says verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword of their calamity, Salakia, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. You see? But thou hast had a perpetual hatred, man. All right? In which we went into this word hatred, I believe perpetual, I believe a couple weeks ago at camp. All right, and it says an ancient, an everlasting, okay? Always, never forgetting, you know? When we went into the actual word, all right? But, and that's what you have had, you know, since the womb, man. All right? Since the Genesis, the 25th chapter, you have always had this perpetual hatred against us, man. You see? But, it says, it has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. And that's what you actually have done, man. All right. Now, if you look at this as a so-called a torture mechanism to, you know, punish a slave. Well, how about all the slaves? Okay, all the Israelites that they killed, man. All right, that they fed the alligators. Okay, alligator baby. What you call it? Bait. All right. Chopping men's rides off. All right. Mailing them to other relatives and as gifts. Okay, I forget exactly where that's at in the scriptures. Okay. Hey, man, the things that you have done that we know about, okay, are only small things compared to the things that we don't know about. You see? So there's a recompense and a judgment that's written for that, you know? And it says right here in verse 6, it says, therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. All right? Since thou hast not hated blood, blood gonna pursue you, man. All right, everything that you have done to us is what they say. Karma's a bitch, you know. Hey, man, when karma come back around for you in righteousness, okay, you're gonna wish that you have done worse to us than what you did, man. All right, you're gonna have those actual thoughts, man. And when you think it in the kingdom, we're gonna put more hell on you, man. You see, this is the judgment that's written, man. All right, which quick one real fast, it just popped in my head. Revelation chapter 13 verse 10, it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And here's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. All right, here's the patience and the faith of the saints, okay? The elect, okay? This is what we're waiting on, all right? The day that the Lord rises up to the prey. We waiting on the Lord, man, okay? Because after that, it's going to be happily ever after, all right? And you Edomites ultimately going to be done away with, you know? You're going to be wiped off of the face of the planet Earth, you see? But, yeah, I believe that was it. So, you know, I had other precepts, but I was just in it there. So, you know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right, before I go, I'm going to give all praises, glory, infinite honors unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. Till the next time, I say shalom.